I'm Dave, I'm 33 and I've been going to the PottersHouse in B.S.E a year in December. Well, basically, from when I was a child, I had not the best upbringing in the world. I was the middle child. I used to get beaten as a child. I was a child who was left without everything. So as I grew up older, I sort of reacted on that. I got in trouble with the police. I used to get brought home by the police, getting caught drinking underage. Once I left school, I started going to college, and from college I started turning to drugs and alcohol. Started smoking a lot of cannabis. Once I qualified as a chef, I just turned to pure alcohol. Alcohol for breakfast, lunch and tea. It got to the stage where, after obviously sleeping around so much in Liverpool, I thought move away from that place, as I was quite well known. I moved to Spain, into Mallorca. I had my own bar out there with my family, well, my mum and dad, and my problem with alcohol, sleeping around and drugs were getting worse. I turned from cannabis to cocaine. Used to do cocaine every day without fail. Then I've spent about 2 years out in Mallorca. I finally moved back to England, and I still carried on with the drugs, the alcohol, the women, the pornography. I thought that was a normal life for anyone. I thought I was enjoying it. I must have had signs because I kept on getting rushed into hospital, but I just ignored them and I just carried on with the drugs, the alcohol and the sleeping around. I thought I had a basic life, but obviously it wasn't basic. So that was what I was like before I was a Christian. Bit of a funny one. I've got a friend. I've been mates with him for about 10, 11 years. He was also the best man at my wedding. He started telling me that he started going to church, and he kept on preaching and saying, "Can I pray for you?" I said, "I don't want to know if there's such thing as a God. Why is this happening? Why is that happening? Why are people dying in third world countries? Why this? Why that?" And he just said, "Come to church and you'll find out." I said, "I don't want to know church. There's only one God, and I'm the God." And it's coming towards Christmas in 2014. My mate Matt just kept on coming to me and says, "We've got this play at church, come and watch it." I'm thinking, in my head I've just got Mary and Joseph and the donkey, the three kings. I thought, that's not me. I'd rather be at home drinking beer. And he kept on preaching towards me, and I said to him, I says, "If you preach to me once more," I says, the only praying you're doing is for the new nose, because I'll break it. I don't want to hear it." Then, a couple of days later, he said to me, "Dave, come to church." I said, "I can't." I was finding every excuse not to go. My partner at the time wasn't well, or we had an argument, one of the two. I was finding excuses not to go. And something poked me to go. And it was the church did a play, a pantomime play, and it was the Jungle Book. And the way they did the play described us going into Christianity, and it felt like something really touched me in there. So at the end of the play, one of the ushers did this thing called an altar call, and who wants to be accepted for Jesus Christ, and I sort of laughed it off. thought, no, I don't want to be a part of that. They're all freaky and weird. But as he called it again, it felt like something had poked me in my heart. So I put my hand up, they did the salvation prayer, the sinner prayer. I thought, well, I've done it, nothing more to come of it. But then I started finding myself asking questions and reading more, and I personally wanted to know why Jesus died for you and I. So you just, yeah. So you can thank that play. Why I'm now the son of Christ. The main thing is I now have Jesus in my heart. That's the biggest thing. And he has now blessed me with a wife. We've set standards, me and my wife have set standards so we can be more Christ-like. We no longer have a telly. I no longer drink, swear, smoke, pornography. Occasionally I slip up, as we're all born sinners, we'll all die a sinner, but we try our best not to sin. I find myself more of a man than what I was. I sort of tried to, before I got married, try and control my missus at the time. But now God's blessed me, I know how to treat my wife as a wife, not as a slave. He's blessed us in so many ways financially. Touch wood. Since I got saved, we've always gone each month without going, oh my gosh, I've got no money, which we used to always run dry before we got saved. So God is looking out for his children, and he's looking out for me as well, and my kids. Yeah.
Any other things you want to say?
God is good.